You are not broke because you are lazy. You are broke because your brain is protecting the version of you that poverty already trained. And the worst part? It feels like your own choice. Every delay, every excuse, every "I'll start next month," every time you choose comfort over change. Your brain whispers the same command. Stay safe, stay familiar, stay where nothing can hurt you. But there is an invisible contract inside your mind. You signed it years ago without knowing. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly what that contract says. Once you see it, you will never hear your excuses the same way again. This is the hidden psychology of why your brain keeps you poor. 1. Loss aversion. Your brain hates losing more than it loves winning. Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky showed that the pain of loss hits harder than the pleasure of gain. That means your brain would rather protect a small, miserable life than risk building a better one. You stay in the job that drains you because quitting feels dangerous. You avoid starting the business because losing money feels like humiliation. You refuse to invest in a skill because paying up front feels like bleeding. So you choose the safe option. But safety has a shadow. Sometimes the safe option does not protect you. Sometimes it slowly ruins you. You spend 5 hours scrolling after work, exhausted and bitter. But you will not spend 1 hour learning sales, editing, coding, writing, or content creation because your brain asks, what if it fails? But the question it avoids is darker. What if staying the same is already the failure? Playing safe is not neutral. Playing safe is a slow loss disguised as stability. Your brain calls it protection. Your future calls it theft. 2. Temporal discounting. Your brain values today's reward more than tomorrow's freedom. That is why a small impulse purchase feels more real than future savings. That is why one more night of gaming feels more urgent than one more hour building a skill. That is why comfort keeps winning against ambition. Your brain was not built to care about your 5-year plan. It was built to survive the next threat, the next hunger, the next rejection, the next moment of discomfort. So, when the modern world offers instant dopamine, your brain kneels. Short videos, food delivery, online shopping, notifications, games, cheap stimulation, fake motivation, fake productivity, tiny rewards, tiny hits, tiny chains. What if the thing making you feel alive today is the same thing quietly burying your future? You say you want money, you say you want freedom, you say you want a different life. But the moment boredom appears, your hand reaches for your phone like it is reaching for oxygen. Not because you are weak, because your brain has learned that discomfort is danger and distraction is medicine. Poverty is renewed in small daily transactions, not one dramatic failure, not one life-destroying mistake, just hundreds of tiny votes for the person you said you did not want to become. 3. Status quo bias. Your brain prefers the familiar hell over the unfamiliar heaven. This bias makes people choose what they already know, even when better options are available, because familiar pain feels safer than unknown possibility. That is why people stay broke in predictable ways. Same routine, same friends, same complaints, same paycheck, same excuses, same identity. And the brain loves it, because the brain is not loyal to your dreams. It is loyal to patterns. You already know your habits are not working. You know your spending is impulsive. You know your income source is fragile. You know your environment keeps normalizing the version of you that wants to escape. But changing everything feels dramatic. So you do nothing. And nothing becomes your religion. If your life feels familiar, do not mistake that for peace. Sometimes familiarity is just a prison your brain has memorized. 4. Scarcity Mindset. When your brain feels poor, it stops thinking clearly. Scarcity does not just empty your wallet, it steals mental bandwidth. When money pressure gets loud, your brain starts tunneling. You obsess over small expenses while ignoring large problems. You chase quick cash instead of building rare skills. You worry about surviving the week and lose the ability to design the year. That is the cruel part. The poorer you feel, the harder it becomes to think in ways that create wealth. You spend 30 minutes comparing prices to save a tiny amount of money. Then you spend 3 hours watching videos that earn you nothing, teach you nothing, and change nothing. That is not strategy. That is mental suffocation. Scarcity makes small problems look huge, and huge opportunities look impossible. You cannot coupon your way into power. At some point, the question is not, how do I spend less? The question is, why is my income so easy to threaten? 5. Social comparison. Your brain measures survival through status. In ancient tribes, status meant access, food, protection, belonging. So your brain became obsessed with where you stand. Now the tribe lives inside your phone, and every swipe tells you that someone your age is richer, freer, more disciplined, more successful, and more loved. Your brain turns that into panic, and panic becomes spending. You buy clothes to signal success. You eat out to feel included. You upgrade your phone to feel less invisible. You flex a lifestyle you cannot afford to impress people who are barely watching. Some people are not broke because they earn too little. They are broke because they are financing an identity. You see someone post a luxury cafe, a gym mirror, a travel photo, new shoes, a clean apartment, a perfect desk setup. Suddenly, your normal life feels unacceptable, so you spend money not to improve your life. You spend money to escape the shame of looking ordinary. Every money spent to look rich is a vote to stay poor. Status without ownership is costume design. And the world is full of broke actors wearing expensive masks. 6. Dopamine loops. Your brain does not chase happiness. It chases anticipation. That is why the scroll never satisfies you. That is why adding to cart feels better than receiving the package. That is why imagining success feels exciting, but doing the work feels unbearable. Dopamine is not just pleasure, it is pursuit. And modern platforms have weaponized pursuit perfectly. They do not give you meaning. They give you the feeling that meaning is one more swipe away, one more video, one more notification, one more message, one more fantasy, one more plan you never execute. You watch videos about discipline, money, psychology, business, and success. For a few minutes you feel transformed. Then nothing changes. Because consuming the idea of power gives your brain enough reward to avoid the pain of earning real power. Motivation can become emotional anesthesia. You feel intensity without consequence, fire without heat, ambition without movement, a plan without sacrifice, a dream without a body. 7. Learned helplessness. This is the final lock. Psychologist Martin Seligman showed that repeated failure can train the mind to stop trying, even when escape becomes possible. Now look at your own life. You tried before. You failed. You got judged. You got ignored. You lost money. You looked stupid. You disappointed yourself. So your brain lowered your expectations to protect you from feeling that pain again. And then it started whispering, people like us do not win. Money is for them. Success is luck. I am too late. I am not smart enough. The market is saturated. I will start when I am ready. But ready never comes, because ready is fear wearing clean clothes. And now we return to the invisible contract. The contract is simple. I will stay small if staying small keeps me from feeling pain. That is the deal your brain made. Not with the world, with discomfort. You gave your brain permission to choose emotional safety over financial freedom. And it has been collecting payment every day in wasted hours, in avoided risks, in low standards, in cheap dopamine, in dreams you keep rehearsing but never building. Your brain is not your enemy, but it is not automatically your ally. It is a survival machine. It wants comfort, approval, certainty, instant relief. But money speaks a different language. Money rewards delayed gratification, calculated risk, emotional control, long attention span, rare skills, strategic discomfort. The poor brain asks, how do I feel safe right now? The dangerous brain asks, what price am I paying for this comfort? That question can destroy your excuses. It can destroy your old identity. It can destroy the version of you that keeps confusing peace with avoidance. And maybe that is exactly what needs to happen. Because poverty is not only an empty wallet. Sometimes poverty is a nervous system addicted to familiarity, a mind trained to fear the very actions that would set it free. A life where the cage door is open, but the prisoner has learned to call the cage home. So the next time your brain says, do it tomorrow, listen carefully. That is not laziness speaking. That is survival software protecting an outdated identity. And if you obey it long enough, it will not just keep you poor. It will convince you that poor was your destiny. But it was never destiny. It was conditioning, and conditioning can be broken. Watch the next video, because once you understand why your brain keeps you poor, you need to understand the darker question. Why rich people think differently, and why their minds make money before their hands ever touch it.